So anywho, I went to do that partially to let my hair sit for a while and absorb some more of this oil. So let's go ahead and take this down because that's really why we're here. Sometimes I just like to take a detour or 7. Welcome back, friends. It is Lauren the Soap Witch and it is wash day. So as I am coming to you ever negligent because I would be somebody else if I didn't, it is like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and I have not done my hot oil treatment. If you recall last week I was equally as negligent, but look, life is lifing and that's all I got to say about it. So as you could tell, the hair is trying to take me over, okay? And it's growing at a rate that's pretty unreal. It's just big because I was doing some testing when I did my refresh this week, but I ain't gonna post it because it wasn't nothing good or impressive and yeah, whatever. Nonetheless, I like to test things because they solidify things for me. When I initially had made my hair foam, this is only kind of relevant because I am using foam today. When I initially was formulating my hair foam, I had got it to a nice foamy consistency. That video was like months back. And I like the consistency of the foam, like the way it looked when it sprayed out, but I really didn't like the way it felt in my hair. It felt, I don't know, like gummy or like I had a film on my hair. It's weird. I cannot explain it. Of course, the guy said they didn't feel nothing. You can't ask them. Anywho, for some reason, even though I don't remember changing the formula or doing anything different, when I got my new bottles and like put it out there for production and sale on my website, it didn't feel like that. It sprays out a little funkier, which is okay with me, but it doesn't leave my hair with that feeling. So I just wanted to test to see if I could get that foamy consistency back, which I got pretty close to, but then it started leaving me with that icky feeling on my hair again. So, you know, it's just one of those, like, I'm glad that I tested, but I'm just going to stick with what I know has been working. Okay. Anywho, I'm sure you wanted to know all of that, so I told you. What I'm going to do, though, is I don't want to completely and entirely skip my hot oil treatment 2 weeks in a row, especially since we are technically in winter. Oh my most dreaded and hated season. Even though it's my birthday season, I hate winter. Okay, but we all know that everything is just drier, including our hair, especially our hair and skin and such. So I don't want to cut out that added step completely, especially now. And so since I was tired and negligent yesterday, I'm going to do it this morning, but it's going to be, you know, like an altered version of my steps, if you will. I'm still going to do my usual process as far as how I put the oil in my hair, the same, but afterwards I'm going to sit into the dryer for 30 minutes just to kind of, I feel like, speed the process up, help it along, do what it would usually do what would usually happen, okay? But hopefully in a shortened time span, if you will. I got a few products like I'm playing around with testing out. I'll talk to y'all when I actually have them in my hands about them, and gonna play around with that just to give it a little time to sit in my hair. I'll tell you how long all that took when I come back. The reason I don't really do it this way though is because I don't want to take the extra time in the morning, because you know this is going to be an extra, I don't know, hour-ish or so added to the routine in the morning, and I want to just wake up when I feel like it on Sunday, not have to wake up earlier to start the process. I just want to wake up when I feel like it in the morning and just start washing. So I really like the process of just pampering myself at night, going through the process, not having to do any extra steps, just chilling with it in my hair, going to sleep, waking up and rinsing it out. And that's what I would prefer, washing it out. Whatever. Yeah, so my process is a little different this morning, but we just going to keep going. And this never wants to spray. Every week you have one job, come on. So I'm just going to spray a little water here to make this easier to part down the middle, because I always part it down the middle when I do my hot oil treatment. It's just what I do. I'm a creature of habit, like straight up. If I started off doing something one way and it worked that way, it's going to be hard to convince me to change it, because I am definitely we're not fixing something that's not broke type person. I don't care how long I've done it that way, unless you can like show me like a legit significant benefit of changing something that already works. I'm not changing it. So that always bothered. We're already starting with the nonsense. It always bothered me. No, not me. See, I distracted myself again. It always bothered my mom that I was like that. Because she was like, if you don't have infallible evidence or proof, I just cannot get you to change your mind. And I've always been like that, like forever. And still to this day. So now that I've finally gotten that split in half, I'm just going to take this hair and clip it up. It's a really poofy, extra poof today because I just let it grow wild. Okay, so put that up and I'm just going to work with this half. I'm going to spray a little bit more here. Okay, and then split this in half too. I'm not going to hum and haw. We're not doing it one more time. That's good enough. I don't care. I'm going to put this back half up as well. Now I'm just going to spray some water on this hair. I'm not going to saturate it like I do when I wash my hair, but I want some moisture on it. So I just take my hands and just kind of rub that through. It's big and poofy, so, you know, just want to make sure it kind of gets through at least most of that hair. Now I'm going to break out the star of this show, which is going to be Acute Anointing, my hair oil. I just had to make me a whole new bottle because I was pretty low. I was almost out. So I love this handy applicator tip that I decided to put on these because it just makes everything so much easier. So I just take it, I'm going to dump it on my scalp. And I also want to clarify, this is not like a growth oil or growth serum. It's just hair oil. After I put in far too much, again, Lord, I don't have any self-control. I'm going to rub my scalp. Just give it a nice little massage. After I get through rubbing that into my scalp, I then take that and drag it down to the hair. And so then I'm going to take some more and just pour a bit into the palm of my hand, not a ton. I just want to coat this hair. I like to just prayer hands it in. So I just want to make sure the hair is coated. That's the whole purpose of this here. Just want to make sure I get the hair coated. Make sure I don't leave out my ends. Because that's a big reason or a big part of why I started doing this to begin with. Was that my ends really needed help and all the moisture they could get. And I was going to try to force it in there whether it liked it or not. Just the tiniest bit more. Just specifically for the ends. Because honey, they defiant. More defiant than me. So I think I'm good there. I think I'm good here. I'm just going to put this hair up. Keep saying I'm good, but I keep running my hands through it. Okay. Just going to take the hair. And what I like to do is put it in a Bantu knot. You don't got to put it in a Bantu knot. You don't got to do anything else with it. You could just do whatever you want. Do straight and twist and just stick it under a shower cap. Just stick it under a shower cap without doing anything to it. The world is your oyster. But I like to put it in a Bantu knot because I feel like it just gets it out the way so wonderfully and easy. So I already have a bunch of oil already on my scalp, so I won't add any extra. Just gonna rub that in to make myself feel better. Usually, if I don't have, like, and I say a scalp, what I mean is my hairline area. Usually I just take a little tiny extra bit from the bottle and just rub up here, but there was already a bunch of oil right there, so I'm just rubbing. Sometimes I just like to take, all the time, not sometimes, I just like to take the excess oil on my hands and just rub it on my hair instead of getting it all over other stuff. I'm gonna do them same exact step on every other section. 2 in the sections in the front, 2 sections in the back, and then I'm gonna come at to tie it all together. Okay, I'm trying not to get oil everywhere. And I often don't remember to show y'all, but I do lose a little bit of shed hair when I do this process. So I'm unprepared. I've been doing so much better. Okay, so usually I put all this junk on my hair. But I'm not going to sleep, so I'm just gonna start with this. And then I'm gonna sit under the dryer with this just so. Okay, try it again, mouth. Can't talk at all. What are you even saying? Stop embarrassing me. Anyway, I'm going to get under the dryer with just this on, okay? And then after I get out, to help preserve the warmth and all that stuff, I'm gonna put this junk on there after. And then I'm gonna do all them things I said I was gonna do earlier. See you then. Okay, I'm back. So here's what had happened, in case you was to speed. Even though it was just 30 seconds ago when we last spoke. Okay, so I did the hot oil treatment. I sat up under the dryer for like 30 minutes. Then an hour and 45 minutes putzing around. It's all my youngest child's fault. Okay, it's really not. But I may have discussed this with you before. Mouth, can we? Spend 5 seconds. We distract each other real bad. The ADHD is real. We get to talking, time gets lost. So anyway, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. I can't blame it all on the child because I did intend to play around with some stuff. I think I told you about that before. I am considering yet another iteration of scrubs. Like, I feel like I should just stop. I have done scrubs like 5 different ways. And I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, this is my last probably considered attempt, maybe. But yeah, I was downstairs. This one is like, got my strawberry lavender scent that I love. Strawberry, lavender, vanilla, whatever. And I tried an iteration yesterday. That's what it's like. This one feels more scrubby. Do y'all care? You just want to see me do my hair. And then of course I didn't just do one. I did a coffee one because I and some of my other people really like coffee. And the coffee is really scratchy. Oh God, it's great. Anyway, so I'm a big fan. I love that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this one is just sugar. This one is sugar coffee, just to see what it's like. But I'm gonna test them out in the shower today. So anywho, I went to do that partially to let my hair sit for a while and absorb some more of this oil. So let's go ahead and take this down because that's really why we're here. Sometimes I just like to take a detour or 7. Taking all that off. And I'm gonna take this down and wash my hair. So I just twisted in the other direction to get the bantu knot down, because that's what we're doing here. And I don't think it had as much time to just sit and, absorb into my hair, but enough. Better than nothing. And I just did not want to miss doing it a second time. Okay. So taking it down. Stop doing this. So I'm going to wash and then do all my stuff and come back and we're going to style. Okay. All right, let's get into washing this hair. Already my mouth is trying to sabotage me. So I'm going to saturate my hair thoroughly. And the reason I like to do that is, one, your water just really wants that water and that hydration anyway. It's paramount to hair health, but also it just is better to apply the shampoo to sopping wet hair because it spreads throughout the hair easier, and I can get a wonderful delectable lather using less product. Look how long that hair is. Did you see it? Anyway, there's Whipped Wonder. Speaking of, that is my wonderful whip shampoo, and I don't have to use a whole lot on either wash, even though my hair is full of oils. That's how much I'm going in on the first wash. So I'm just taking my hair back under the shower while I just kind of distribute the product in between both my hands for more even distribution, if you will. And I'm just going to unceremoniously slather it all over the top of my head and then start scrubbing with my fingertips, not fingernails. Look, it's so juicy and delectable and foamy. Okay, anyway, so I always scrub my scalp and the top of my hair, and I really don't do much on the mids and ends because that hair is more fragile and drier, whatever, less moisturized, has a tendency to break more because of that. So instead, when I'm done with all the lathering, I just take all that lovely suds and bring it down through the rest of the hair strands. Also, it's just really fun to do, so yay. Anyway, so I'm going to rinse that out, and I like to take my hand and start squeezing out some of the shampoo because I feel like it makes it go faster, and it also helps me make sure I get all of the shampoo out in between washes. So going in for the second wash, that's how little I am using. It's not a joke. And I'm just going to slather that on top of extremely saturated hair once again and sing along to whatever song I'm listening to because I like to sing in the shower. That's irrelevant. Anyway, massaging with my fingertips, washing the scalp and the top of the hair, not the mids and the ends, just like I did the first time. And then I just sort of bring it in a down motion. It's supposed to help keep your hair from getting tangled or something, whatever. So just going to bring that down through the rest of the hair just to help make sure it gets clean. And my hair does always feel clean, even all the way down through the ends. Even though I did my hot oil treatment, my hair still feels clean after doing this process. So I'm gonna rinse it out using the same way, just using my hands to squeeze out some of that suds and just playing around in it because I'm like a small child. Anyway, so yeah, just thoroughly rinsing it out. Don't want to leave anything behind. And I parted my hair because I usually do part it to some degree, that side part back, just in preparation for my actual styling. I don't know why, but I just like to decondition my hair with whatever part I'm going to do, or close to it anyway. So I'm saturating my hair again, and I like to separate it kind of in half-ish where each side has an equal amount of hair, and pull part of it up, not in a bun, but just pull it up and out of the way with a clip. Saturate that hair again because I want my hair sopping wet when I apply Twilight Tempest deep conditioning hair mask. Hello. All right, so I'm gonna take all that thickness out the jar. Look at it. Okay. And that's how much I'm going to use for that half of my head. Even though it's a side part, I pull some hair like over to the other side in the back, just to kind of make it even on both sides, saturating the hair. And then I'm just going to apply the product directly on there. I do feel like it slides better throughout my strands. My mouth hates me. Better throughout my strands for a better distribution of the product throughout my hair. And so again, I get really good results, a nice detangling experience, etc., using less product. So this is the twist that I was going to do last week that I completely forgot about, which was just adding some oil on top of the conditioner or deconditioning hair mask. Some people put oil directly in their container of conditioner. I'm never going to do that. And me always just being overboard with all of my products, decided to add a little bit more. I just massage that into the hair the way I did with the deep conditioning hair mask. And I'm going in with the brush, just undefeated. And I just started my ends and worked my way up to the roots. I never edit through this half of the detangling session because I just want to show what a miracle worker any of my conditioners are, really, but in this case Twilight Tempest is, especially combined with the brush. Like I said, undefeated. So I like to take the brush and start at the bottom, and as I brush down I follow through with finger combing, and I just feel like these are the best of both worlds, and they help me get all of my tangles and any knots out very easily and completely. I get all the shed hair out, which I do think contributes to additional tangling. Just my experience, y'all. And so this really just gives me a thorough and effective detangling session, and I really do feel like a great styling session, especially a great wash and go, starts with wonderfully hydrated, moisturized, and detangled hair. So moved along to the back here, get all in the back of that hair in that kitchen. Want to make sure that gets all the tender loving care as well. Am I going overboard again? Probably with my commentary and my behavior, but that's just what it's going to be every single time. I don't know any other way. Anyway, so I think I'm coming to the end of this detangling session. Yeah, there we go. I'm enjoying whatever song I'm listening to. Just ignore me. Anyway, so now it's just time to braid the hair up and just get it out of the way so I'm not conditioning and detangling hair that I've already conditioned and detangled. I am making a face because my hot water is running out. And I didn't understand why, but it's just because it's gotten colder, and I don't know, the hot water heater just ain't holding up like it used to. Anyway, any excess product that's on my hands, I rub on the top of my head just like you saw, and then I did the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out all the shed hair that came out during this detangling session, just to show you how much hair I did not lose. I mean, it's very little hair, and even that combined with a little bit of shed hair I showed you earlier from when I did my hot oil treatment, it's a very small amount. And so I let it all sit in my hair for about 20, max 30 minutes. I do not sit under a hooded or heated dryer or a hot cap or any of those things. Just leaving it in my hair for that length of time usually is good enough for my high porosity hair. My low porosity son, though, I do sit him under the hooded dryer. I also did try the oil trick with his hair when I washed it the other day as well, and his hair was also really nice and soft. You could see from my face there that I was like, ooh, yeah, okay. Anyway, I was feeling it. I don't have a poker face. Have you ever noticed? Anyway, so gratuitous shot of the back of the hair just because I love looking at it, and also I can just kind of see the growth of my hair as it's kind of happening in each video, and I like that. So anyway, getting it all nice and clean, got the whole washing detangling session done. I was really happy with the way everything turned out, and the hair is looking good, nice and moisturized. You can already see some of them curls popping, and I have not even added a singular styling product. So I'm just going to wring it out a little so it's not sopping wet for the styling. Okay. Ready to start styling, I think. Maybe. Do I have all my things? I don't have my stuff out. Okay, hold on. I need clips. Excessive clips. And I'm going to use this bounce curl. Am I? I'm not going to use it this time. Okay. I was going to use a bounce curl brush, but I don't know. I'm going to give it a break. I am going to use it one more time to get my final thoughts, but I don't want to do it today. I am going to split my hair. No. I'm going to fix my part. It looks a little foolish. Okay. Okay. This is weird. It's like real sharp. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna split it in half, sort of, kind of. I like to try to do it where it's sort of even on each side, kind of, sort of. Okay. So I'm gonna put this up out of the way. 2 things. I did 3 things. Them scrubs might be on to something. You might see more about it later. You seen it here first though. But like both of them, because you know I tested out both. I feel okay, nice, smooth. Okay, moving, especially because never mind. This the off topic. They nice. Tooting my own horn. Okay, moving on. Second, I was gonna do, you know, the twist with the deep condition I was gonna do last week. I did finally remember to do this week, and I talked about that in the voiceover. I'm sure it did, and it does feel really. It did feel really soft when I was rinsing it out, and it still feels really soft. Also, I broke down and got another filter for my shower. I had one. It's probably been a year-ish. It's been a minute. Okay, it worked. It did its job well, so it, like, I felt the difference in my hair and skin, but like it was like kind of, I don't know, flimsiest, and it would like crack and break, and that's kind of what you probably can't. The camera is different now, so you don't probably see it in the videos, but it like damaged even my wall on top of the shower because the way it would spurt out the top. Anyway, I just did realize that not having the filters on our shower heads is probably kind of detrimental to our hair, especially my youngest son's hair, because he's already low porosity, and so we have very hard water here. And so it kind of leaves a film on your hair that makes it kind of hard for water and stuff to penetrate anyway, and he already has problems with that stuff penetrating. So I wasn't struggling as bad, but it definitely, I could see the difference still that it made in my hair. So we're gonna see over the next like couple of weeks, months, whatever, what kind of a change that filter makes in the hair. I'll speak on it, you know, when I feel like it's necessary. But anywho, just saying some updates to some changes I've made and making, and we gonna see. So also we gonna see about styling this hair because I've been talked enough. I'm gonna separate my hair like this, back and front. I smell very coffee-y. Now I want some coffee. Okay, off topic. Stop it. And I'm gonna put this. I do like using that oil though on top of the hair mask. I'm gonna be doing that some more in the future. I might do it on top of the leave-in too when I use it as a rinse out on refresh days. We're gonna see. All right, so I got this hair here all ready to be done. So what I've been doing is taking the back. When I was doing the bounce curl brush, I was doing even more. But when I don't use it, I split the back in half too. And so then I'm just going to work on styling this portion. So stop talking so fast, because then when I go back and edit it, I'll be like, what am I saying? I'm running it all together. Lord have mercy, this is rough. Okay, so I'm starting with whispering waves, because this time I want to do mousse first. I don't even know if it matters. Some people say it do, some people say it don't. When I do mousse first though, I just do the mousse on bare hair. I don't put any other product on there. So yeah. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, yeah. Whole bunch of mousse. Overboard. Okay, you don't have to go overboard. But you know, that's like the story of my life. So what I'm gonna do. So anyway, I'm just gonna work this through with my fingers. It doesn't have sleep like a deep sleep. Look, why do you do this? We're on the same side, mouth. It's got decent slip. Not like a conditioner, but you know, still decent. I'm a fan. So just working it through. I'm always working things through, maybe an excessive amount. I don't know. I feel like it works for me. The hair is getting so long, y'all. So that's that. And I had read that mousse tends to work better on damp hair, which is why I didn't make it to sopping wet. And I have found that to be true on my end. Like using it in sopping wet hair versus damp hair. I am seeming to like that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Enchanted Concoction. That's my Custard, Aloe, Vera, Curl Custard. And I'm just going to start off with some and see where I end up. Let's start off with that. Okay. I don't know if that's too much or not, but it's going to be what I'm using. I've been a fan of this product since the very first time I ever used it. You could like see my reaction in the video. It's been months now. It was a refresh video, I think. Was it? I don't know that it was refresh. I'm lying. I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I just remember, well, it wasn't a refresh. It was before I had gone back to doing these long form videos, I think. I was just doing a regular wash day, but it was still just short videos. because my computer was trash. I don't know if y'all remember that story, but I did tell it. My computer hated my guts. At least it acted like it. And it was really impossible to edit anything. And so I was just doing short videos that I could edit on my phone. And now my new computer is mostly amazing. So that definition looks pretty good. And I'm thinking those curls are looking good. Yeah. Moving on to the next section. No, I do that every time. It's this one. Another reason I really didn't want to do the bounce curl brush again, well, I've done it a couple times already. Like, you see me use it like 3 times. I've gotten, for the most part, pretty good results, except for I don't care what I do in the front, this hair up here, it will define it ish, but it's always a struggle. I always have to do something else to finagle it because that hair is just my most like high porosity hair. It's hard to get almost anything to define that hair. I think that's about what I used the first section. And I didn't actually add any more after I put that on there. So like, I've been liking the bounce curl and I would use it still, I believe. So these are not my final thoughts. I'm going to use it one more time. I overall still think I like the whole raking and pressing, which is what I'm doing now. I still think that I just like that better. I still think my hair responds to that really nicely. And I get really nice, good definition in my natural curl pattern. And also, I know some people say, you know, it takes less time in them doing their hair, but I don't think it takes less time for mine. But that's because I'm already lazy with mine, so I didn't have a ton of steps that I was doing. So it never really shortened anything for me. I think it takes longer than what I usually do. I could be wrong though. I'm pretty sure that I would still be working on that bottom half though if I was still using the bounce curl brush. I'm gonna add a teeny bit of water. I want it to be a little bit more moisturized than it is right now. I always like to get this section right here regardless because it just, I don't know. It just needs to be done by itself. That's all I got. But getting on around to this front part of my hair and the top, I always put extra product up here because this hair, like I said, it's more coarse. It's much harder to define. And so I use more product. I'm going to start there for that because it is a much smaller section. All right. So just raking through again. I don't really press this part. It's just mostly raking. No pressing. I don't know if I should. Or maybe I might be because I'm just so used to doing the rake and press at the same time now. I feel like it combines 2 steps in one. Because I used to do like a whole bunch of raking and then I would go in. I don't know what I did. Never mind. Well, I would separate. Actually, no, that's backwards. I used to like press the product in because I didn't used to rake my hair because at the time my hair, it just only gave me frizz when I raked, and so I didn't. Did I need to go with the second round of foam? I don't know, but I did. I'm always overdoing it. And me being high porosity, the foam, it always does a great job of like defining. I'm like, oh, it looks so defined. But boy, when it dries, it's a toss up. And I don't think that for me, foam and bounce curl brush go well together. I think when I use foam, it's better to just rake with my fingers, rake and press. Because I think part of the problem is, and I've seen another Type 4 YouTuber talk about this as well, a lot of times when you use a brush to style, it takes off some of the product. And I kind of need that product. And so it will leave that hair more frizzy or frizzier, whatever, less defined. I think that at least for when I'm doing foam, I should just stick to not using the brush. It works really well with the other products so far, except for when I get around to the front. I don't care what I do. These teeny little pieces and everything else is just like, we're not doing it and we don't care. Even with gel, like this section, just pure defiance. I might use a teeny bit more. And we'll see. Hopefully I don't get flakes because I'm using too much. Okay, I think that's enough. I can just move on and stop this. I also feel like when I use this foam with either the gel or the custard, it ends up looking more elongated. A little more. And so I like that aspect of it. So usually I spray a little water at the end. Not as much as I did last week. Because boy, oh boy. I think that's good though. I'm going to move on to the other side and then I'll be back. Okay, all done with the styling and these are the wet results. Righty. So I am going to go ahead and diffuse my hair with this lovely Tymo Air Hype. Yes, I'm a big fan. So I'm going to diffuse my hair, but I'm doing it off camera because it's quicker. And I got things to do, but I have a video that shows the whole process of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and I'll pop right here. So if you want to check that out, you can. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I don't know. I'm thinking I'm 90% dry. Like right up here, it just seems resistant to drying, but I don't know. I'm gonna sit for a second and I might come back and get this part that is like refusing to dry for some reason. But overall, I mean, it's dry-ish. What I always like about the custard is that the hold isn't as strong. Like I probably won't even stretch my hair this week. Definitely lift my roots though. But like it elongates it so much that I don't really need to stretch it. It's close to what it looks like when it's stretched anyway. You know how I feel every time I get to this point. I be tired of it and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and I won't do it no more. So I'm gonna chill for a second and just let it like settle or whatever it does. I'm gonna come back, finish the video. Okay. We're gonna wrap this up. I do want to lift my roots a little bit. So I just take my pick and slide it in to my roots and just lift. Gotta be careful not to ruin everything that I have just done. And I only do the roots. Like I see some people kind of go further down in the hair, but I don't. I'm really just looking to get the roots. That's it. Okay, so I'm feeling that. I'm loving it. Yes. Okay, so I didn't show you earlier, but I opened this was basically a brand new full jar. That's how much I use, so there's still plenty left, enough for future wash days. I don't know what it is, one of them oils or ingredients or whatever that I added to that custard, but it just makes my hair shine. Like, my hair does not usually shine like this. It's not black, the type of brown it is, whatever that is, I don't know. It just struggles. It does not. And also, I've cut myself off. Stop that. But also, I think just because also the high porosity-ness of it, like, hold on to something long enough to shine, could you? I'm loving the way that this turned out. This is just my unstretched curl pattern we're rocking this week, and it's looking good. Okay, get that 360 going, right? So yeah, I like that I don't have to use half the jar, and I did do it in sections, so that means I actually did use more than I was using when I first like tested it out and created it, because I was just styling half my head at the time and going. I am feeling the overall look. It's a yes for me. Okay. Everything that I used today was Tropical Fantasy fragrance, and I offer some other fragrances as well. If for some reason you don't like Tropical Fantasy goodness, I don't understand it, but I won't judge it. I also offer strawberry, patchouli, lavender, peppermint, spearmint, eucalyptus, an apple fragrance, lemon pound cake, and also an unscented if the fragrances are a struggle for you. So those are also available, and everything is linked below, including the bundle that I like to include for people who are interested in trying more than one product. The bundle and save type deals. You buy like 3 or more products. Also, I have linked my hair journal below. So if you are really looking to just get a hold of your hair journey or take it to the next level or whatever it is you would like to do with your hair journey, it's a helpful tool. It's got templates in there for planner pages, so you can print out as many as you want and just add the months or days or weeks or years that you're wanting to track and plan for. And then there's also areas in there to help you figure out or determine where your hair currently is, what kind of curl pattern you think you have, what kind of porosity you think you have, etc. Like all those things. And then that can help you further research what type of regimen you want to have for your hair and what type of products you may want to try or use. And you can also note how the products you are using now work for your hair. Just a little snippet about that, link below once again. And then what you think about today's lip gloss? I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I always get close like you can't see the lip gloss. But anyway, this one is silver glitter. Yeah, silver glitter. And it's definitely one of my top favorites. It's great by itself, full of sparkle and shine. You know how I feel about sparkle, but also it looks good on top of another color if you want to do that. My mom taught me that. I mean, from when I was a young girl. Anyway, so yeah, also link below if you're interested in the lip gloss. And finally, what you think about these earrings in my hair's in the way? Yeah. So yeah, I make resin earrings. Like I think I have one puzzle piece, but it's not like this. I make one of a kind earrings. So if you're interested in checking out some unique one of a kind type earrings, they're there. If you're interested, the link is below. So I think that's all I've got for you guys today. If you stuck with me throughout the entire video, I very much appreciate you hanging out with me. I know time is our most precious commodity, and I appreciate you being willing to spend any of that time with me. Also, if you did like what you saw or got anything helpful from it, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And with that, I will see you guys later.